Hi, my support video today is going to be on the topic of how OCD or dermatillomania is fake, is not real, is unnecessary. It is a coping mechanism that is a consequential result of not only the society and world that we live in, but also as a result of our education growing up. And if things had been different, these disorders would not have manifested. So I know it might be something that you would fight against if you were to hear this, because the results of this disorder are lived in everyday life and you feel them very strongly. But the thing is that we are a result of a system and an upbringing that does not teach us how to handle the thoughts that we think, the feelings and emotions that we feel, the internal chemistry of the body, how to process reality. We're mostly taught how to suppress, how to put on a mask and face the world as someone other than who we actually are. We're taught to cope, to deal with, to push down, to escape, to avoid, to distract. That is all we are taught. We're never taught how to face intense internal experiences, or how they're created, or what the consequential outflows of them are and why. Now, I have walked a process of over 10 years with my disorder, one that I created unnecessarily, and I was able to trace back who and how I could have been different. And in walking this process for 10 years, I have been able to have moments, days, weeks, months, where I existed without the disorder, where I saw the light, where I saw another way. And this is the thing, is that if you can see another way, then doesn't that mean there is another way? When we're children, our parents are not equipped with the information, the knowledge, the education, and the application of how to be a human being in this world. I mean, they themselves don't know. And now they've been handed over the responsibility to create and raise another human life. And they're simply unequipped to deal with the issues that can come up when it comes to creating and raising life. Nobody has a handbook on this stuff. Now, you may be thinking, why is this girl saying this? And what's the point? And the point is that once you realize that your disorder was not set in stone, that you may have had the genetics, you may have had it passed down to you, you may have had the people who were supposed to stand as examples in your life exhibit the behaviors that you now exhibit. But the thing is that even with genetics, it takes the environment to trigger the genes. And if you can trigger the genes one way, then you can trigger them another way. Because what science has shown is that it's all programming. And anything that can be programmed can be unprogrammed, deprogrammed, deconstructed, taken apart and built again. Now, it's not easy and it's not quick. But what is the alternative? To live with the disorder forever, for the rest of your life, like a prison sentence. We can create our own internal hells in our lives, even if we have everything we could possibly want. Even if our skin is perfect and crystal clear, we will be triggered to scratch at it and destroy it. Now, why is that? We don't understand our own minds. That is a fact. That is why it took someone like me, someone who did create the disorder in their lives, someone who is the consequence of having created a disorder in their lives, to be able to introspect, take apart, deconstruct, and rebuild themselves. And that's me, where I have rebuilt myself as somebody new and different. And this is an ongoing process. But the thing is that I've seen the solution. I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel. It has only been confirmed to me over and over and over that this is something that I have control of. And this was a choice. And this was a result of feeling powerless. And a result of feeling like there was no other option. But once you introduce empowerment, another way, a solution, then you realize it's a choice. Because how many times do we get the knowledge and information of what we need to do to correct ourselves, but then we just don't apply it? That happens all the time. And that just goes to show that we're not actually serious. We don't actually care. We don't actually think it's worth investing the time into correcting ourselves. That is why my content, my website, my course is not only focused on stopping the disorder, but is focused on building up a self that can stand, a self that has the perseverance and resolve to be able to apply solutions even when you don't get immediate gratification, even when you don't get feedback that you're being successful. Because personally, I have not stopped, despite for years not seeing results that I wanted to see. Because I knew that what I was doing was going to work as a matter of common sense. It's like we think we're in these corners and we're stuck. But the reality is that we're just unwilling. Now, where do you need to dig into yourself to find that willingness? What kind of value and worth and self-respect do you need to create to find that willingness to fight for your life, even when everything seems like it's going to fail? To fight for your life continuously and constantly until you take that final step and you step out of it. The fact that we don't do this shows us that it is a choice. I mean, how many different therapists have you tried? How many different medications? 5, 10, 20? How many applications have you actually applied in your life fully and seen them through and modified and altered and changed and tweaked until you got it right? Who actually does that? I do. And I've documented the how-to and the trials, the errors, the challenges, the falls. I've been through it all. And I didn't have somebody, holding my hand the whole time. I did this on my own with a lot of support from other people, but nobody can actually take your hand and walk you through every single step. You have to have it within yourself. And if you don't have it, develop it within yourself to take absolute responsibility for your disorder and not seek support as soon as things get tough and fall and give up as soon as you hit an obstacle. The fact that we do this, we do give up, we do seek support from others and want other people to save us, and we do throw our hands up in the air in absolute powerlessness when we hit sometimes even the smallest obstacles. That in and of itself is proof that this disorder is fabricated, is unnecessary, is not real per se, because what is real? Anything that is real does not end. Anything that you can end and that you can choose not to do is not real. So drop a comment and challenge me on this. I want to know what you think about this. And if you agree with me, then I invite you to enroll in my course and sign up for my chats. And if you're really serious about stopping, and I will challenge you, then join me. All right, thank you very much. Bye.